Hello guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrappin' 2, and today I'm going to do a quick side-by-side comparison between the Zig Clean Color versus Akashiya Sai brush markers. I've had some questions regarding the difference between these two markers, and so I'm going to kind of do a side-by-side. So this is not like a review or anything like that. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a visual on how they look and how they kind of work. For the Zig Clean Colors, I have not played with it yet, so this will be my first time actually playing with the markers with you guys. But for the Akashiya Sai, I have been using them, and I've done several videos using these already, and I love them. And that's the reason why I wanted to get the Zig. For the Akashiya Sai, there's only 20 colors. You can get smaller sets, but the largest set that is available is 20. And I'm not sure if you can purchase these individually, but I don't think you can. But for the Zig, it comes in 80 different colors, and you can buy them individually, and it does come open stock. Or you can buy it in sets. There's a lot of different sets available, but the largest set that they have available is a 60. So the remaining 20 colors, you would need to buy it open stock. So the case is kind of on the flimsy side, I felt. I will be probably moving this to a different storage because I had the hard time kind of closing it up. Maybe it's just me. And these markers come all individually wrapped, and they are very tightly wrapped. I had the hardest time of taking the wrappers off of the markers. And maybe it's because I was so eager to play with them, but it was a little bit on the difficult side for me to take the wrappers off. So the markers that are in the container now, they are still all wrapped up. So after this video, I actually gave it to my husband for him to unwrap it for me because I had the hardest time. I think it was just me because he was opening it easily. So they come very tightly wrapped, so you will need to unwrap all of them. So you can't really tell the colors just by looking at the markers. So you do want to do a color swatch. I haven't done a color swatch yet because I didn't open up all of them yet. But I'll probably be doing the Jennifer McGuire way where she put it on the cap. I think that is the best way to see the colors. So I unwrapped some of my favorite colors here to play with you guys. I chose out some purples, some pinks, and some yellows. And so when you first open it up, obviously this is a brush marker. So it has actual bristles in it, just like the Akashiya Sai. And as you can see right there, the Akashiya Sai is a little bit longer than the Zig, but the caps are the same and they're both made in Japan. And as you can see here, the Akashiya Sai has a bigger brush and the Zig has a shorter brush. And the Zig pens are a little bit shorter than the Akashiya Sai. But again, their brush markers are they're very flexible yet firm. And for the Akashiya Sai, there is no color name on it. It's written in Japanese, so I'm not sure if it has it written in Japanese, but for the Zig, however, has colors written on each of the markers. So let's go ahead and kind of play around with these markers. I have this Stampendous Jumbo flower that I stamped out using the Simon Says Stamp Black ink onto this watercolor paper. This is Strathmore watercolor paper, by the way. And I chose out um, some purples here. I didn't know which ones that I was gonna use, but honestly, as after I kind of played around with it, I felt that there was no need for such a large uh, pack in a way because uh, you can get several different shades with one color. So I'm showing you here that you can get a super fine line, and you can also get a real fat line if you press down on the brushes. So again, I'm showing the same thing with the Akashiya Sai. You can get a super fine line and you can get a really fat line. The Akashiya Sai brushes are bigger, so it gives wider lines if you press down. So this is the deep violet that I'm using. So I took out a whole bunch of colors that I thought maybe I would use, but honestly, I only use 3 colors. And here I just put down the marker on the paper, and then I went in with the water and a brush to blend it out, and they blend beautifully. I think both of these markers did a fantastic job, and they are just really easy to blend. Like I've done videos in the past with the using the Akashiya Sai brush markers. They blend really nicely, effortlessly actually. And here I'm kind of showing you that you can go in um, onto a wet paper and you can still get color out of the markers because they're brush markers. So I think that's what makes these different than all of the other watercolor markers that are out there is the fact that they are brushed rather than like a felt tip water um, markers. So here I'm blending out the 2 colors together, so the purple and the pink. And as you can see, the colors are very vibrant and intense, and I love that. So it's very highly pigmented. They're great quality watercolor markers. And so here I'm going to actually use the markers to do the blending. So you can blend it with water, or you can use the marker to blend it, or there's a lot of different ways you can blend these, and they blend really nicely. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys kind of like a side by side, because I know there are some people that's kind of wondering what the difference is. So if you get some marker on the brush, just go ahead and wipe them off. It doesn't contaminate the markers, even if you do the blending with the markers. So again, for this, I'm going to do the same thing. I tried to get a kind of a similar color here so that you guys can kind of see. Um, I wanted to do kind of like a similar color between the two, but Akashiya Sai has 20 colors, and there's 2 purples, and this is the darker one of the purples. So I felt that I didn't put maybe as much color down in the beginning as much as I did with the zig, but I felt that the zig in my opinion, had more pigment in it because I didn't feel the need to go back in as much as I did with the Akashiya Sai. So you'll see me going back and forth. But so the first petal, I just put the marker on the paper and then I blended it out with water. The second part of the petal, I blended the two colors together. Um, and then the third the end of the petal, as you can see, I use the marker to do the blending. So as I was playing with these markers, um, I realized that they're very easy to work with, and there's a lot of different ways you can go about using this. You can even like write with it. I think that is really cool, like a brush stroke effect. And because the tips are so fine, you can put that really fine detail if you like. And I really love that. So I have the set of 60, but honestly, I don't think you need such a large set because, like I said in the beginning, that because you can create with one marker, you can create that light, medium, and the dark with the amount of water you add. So even though like I chose out a light purple, medium, and a dark purple, for the other one I only ended up using just the dark. And the price point on these markers for the Akashiya Sai is fairly inexpensive, and you can find them all over, just like the Zig. Zig is a little bit on the pricier side, but I think if you don't have any markers, I think this is a great investment. I love coloring. I love doing all types of coloring, so I like to try different color mediums when it comes out. So that's kind of basically it. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a side by side of these two markers. So the Akashiya Sai has a really good pigment too. It is very bright and it is very intense, and it's also very easy to blend. They both work beautifully. So it really depends on what price point you're looking at and what colors you're looking at. So I decided to finish coloring this flower using the Zig. And because I kind of made the other petal kind of like all funky color, I decided to just kind of go with it. And I kind of did the same thing for the entire flower. So like I said, you don't have to work section by section. Even if they dry, you can go back and blend them out even after they're dried. And you can add the color directly to the wet paper and still get pigment from the markers. So I think I'm going to have a real fun time playing with these markers. And I can see why that these markers are really high in demand and why everyone loves these markers because they're very easy to work with. I don't know, but maybe like I felt like this pink right here was kind of a little bit on the drier side compared to the rest of the markers. That's why I was kind of like testing it out again on the side of the paper. And I think this marker is a little bit dried. So I don't know if that if anybody else had something an issue like that or it's just me. But so again here I'm blending the two colors. And you can easily get rid of that line that you create when you first kind of put the line down. You see the vibrancy of the color. It's very highly pigmented. So this is basically it, guys. I really enjoy these markers and I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with them. So I already took like I have like a folder with all the stamped images and digital images and things that I take all over the house coloring. So I already have it ready with these markers so that I can color some more. These markers are not refillable, and but you can buy them individually. So if you run out of a marker, you can definitely just replace that marker. You don't have to buy it in sets. So I think that's a plus. So here I'm showing that you can like kind of use that thin brush to kind of put some more detail into the flower if you like. And if you add water first and then the marker, it kind of like the colors kind of bloom out. I like that. So there's a lot of different effects you can create with this. So this is just kind of like a very fast and quick coloring. So that's it, guys. I hope this helps a little bit if you're kind of deciding between the two. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and please give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.